Hey everybody, Engineering and Heels here with another review. This is the Louboutin Debout, D-E-B-O-U-T, so I don't know if I am butchering the pronunciation on that, but yeah, the Louboutin Debout. It's a 120 millimeter. This is a super unique design that they unfortunately don't make anymore that I know of. This was kind of forward thinking for them, honestly, because this shoe is at least maybe 3 years old now, so maybe 2016-ish is when it came out, 2015 or 2016. And I feel like they were doing kind of like the PVC trend way before other people were. So kind of cool. Of course, as soon as I saw them, I had to have them. I believe I ordered these from Louboutin Hong Kong, which is one of my favorite boutiques to order from. If you're here in the US, they will ship to you, which is so awesome. And a lot of times they have more of the 120 millimeters than you'll find here in the States too. I assume that's because their clientele is probably shorter and they wear higher heels, but that's just my, my assumption there. So yeah, this is a really unique design. You'll definitely see some similarities here to the Ariza or the Socate. The heel reminds me of the Ariza a little bit. It's super duper thin. And just kind of the overall shape is very Socate-ish. But there are some differences. If you look at it head on like this, you'll notice that the point is more of a Pigalle pointed toe than a Socate pointed toe. So I actually find these a little bit more comfortable than a Socate, just because there's a little bit more width in the toe box here. It can kind of be a little bit more comfortable. The other thing that is more comfortable about these is that once your PVC is actually on your body and warmed up to body temp, it is super pliable and almost soft. So you're not gonna have to worry about it like cutting into your skin. Like right now, it is very kind of hard and feels like it would, you know, cause some blisters. It doesn't once it warms up to your body. So that's really cool too. And it gives you a lot of kind of like room for your toes that end up being smooshed along this side. So that's kind of another thing that's interesting. I also think that the kind of the shape of this part of the shoe is really sexy on this. It's nice and curved. I think it's just kind of a beautiful shoe to look at and a beautiful shoe to wear too. This has a white patent leather back and then a black patent leather toe cap. They did release a few other colors in this as well. I think they had kind of like a neon, like, I don't remember if it was pink or green or both of them. I'll have to go back and look and see what else they released it in, but that was kind of cool. The other thing that's neat is that they've got the red contrast inside too. So since it's clear, you actually get to see a little bit of this peek out, which I think is kind of a neat design detail as well. One thing I don't like about these is that if you have sweaty feet like me, once you get really warm, they start fogging up. And I don't know what to do about that. Maybe use something that like scuba or snorkelers would use, you know, something to kind of make sure that it stays clear. But I definitely, when I've worn these to work, yes, I wear these to work, I sometimes get comments from people like, oh, like your shoes are like really foggy right there. And I'm like, yeah, it's just because I'm warm and, you know, perspiring a little bit. So kind of a thing to think about there. But yeah, I really, really like these. Sizing wise, I took a half size bigger than my Socate size, which I count as my true to size. So in my Socates, I'm a 39, and in these, I took a 39 and a half, and I think that was definitely the right idea, because you're not going to get a lot of stretch from this. Like, it does stretch to your body, but you're not going to get it like expanding a bunch of sizes. At least I haven't seen that happening as much as like in my Socates. So yeah, 39 and a half was the right size for me here. That is perfect. It doesn't give me any heel gap back here, and it still gives me, you know, enough tightness that I feel comfortable and confident in these shoes. I have worn these enough that, as you can see, I've already had them resoled with my typical like Vibram type sole. And I've also had the tips replaced, and I don't know if you can tell on the video, but these things I have really beat up. I don't know what it is about these shoes, but I seem to rotate a little bit outward when I walk in these. I mean, I think I do in all shoes, but especially in these. So yeah, definitely a really neat shoe to check out. I wish that they would make these again. They're super cool. I get a lot of comments on these from people being like, why don't you wear these more often? Or, I love those, why don't you wear them more? It's kind of a shoe that I have trouble styling, like unless it's with something that's all black or white or like neutrals. So it's not hard to style, but it's just something to kind of think of. And the other thing that I'm just looking at here, it's really nicely kind of suede lined inside as well. So it's a nice kind of sueded feel that helps keep it on your heel a little bit. So yeah, definitely like these. Again, this is the Louboutin Debout. Super cute shoes. Definitely really love them. Also wearing a new Bright and Shiny Latex item, as you can see here, so I'll probably be doing a review on that soon as well. So other than that, I just wanted to say thank you to all of my patrons. You guys are awesome. Thank you. You guys provide so many fun clothes and shoes and camera equipment for me. And you're so supportive in everything that you do. If you're watching here on YouTube and you don't subscribe, think about subscribing. We have a ton of tiers and we have a ton of fun over on Patreon. So think about that. And if you don't subscribe on here, please do. And then I'm also over on Instagram at Engineering in Heels. Thanks.